What's going on, everybody? It's your favorite dating coach, Elliot Scott, and I'm on my way to go get some cat litter because Elvis, one of my kittens, she likes to shit on the carpet today. I don't know. She took a shit on my carpet, so she ain't gonna get no love, right? And I was thinking, well, I had a person in the comments ask me how to pull away correctly as a girl, and since Elvis shit on my carpet, I'm pulling away from her, so I'm thinking, why not make a video in my car about the proper way to pull away? Genius, right? I know, genius, genius. So if you haven't yet, please subscribe, just click the red button below. I'll love you forever, okay? And if you want to work with yours truly, the link is in the description below. I gotta wear my seatbelt, come on now. I have thousands of people watching me, I need to put the seatbelt on. Okay, so here's the thing. How to pull away properly as a woman, right? I know you're wanting to pull away because you probably watch my videos and I tell you to pull away, or you want to recreate some scarcity, some attraction. What do? And I actually made a video about this, I think, a long time ago in my car, which talks about what I'm basically going to tell you here, but I'm going to title it differently so I guess you can find it. I don't know. I'll probably touch on some other things too. But the problem with women pulling away is they always do it at the wrong time. Now, what do I mean by that? A lot of the times women pull away after the guy starts showing negative signs or signs of less desire, right? That you're not as desirable, okay? So you're actually doing the guy a favor if that's the case. If you're pulling away, you guys are like this, and then his attraction starts to dip down and you start pulling away as a counter. Well, if you pull away, I'm gonna pull away. You're actually doing the guy a favor because he's not desiring you as much, hon. He just don't give a fuck, right? He just don't give a shit anymore, so he's gonna pull away. And you're only doing a favor because he probably doesn't want to hear from you for a while, you know? So that's the wrong way to go about it, is to pull away. Oh, well, hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, woo. So that's the wrong way to go about it, right? Is to pull away at the wrong time when he starts doing it. It's a negative and a negative. It's not going to work out. Now, the correct way to properly pull away from a guy is where you guys are going up. God, I look good today. God damn. Going up. And you're up here right before the tipping point, and you start pulling away, and he's like, oh shit, what the heck's going on? Not in a bitch way, not to play hard to get, just to show, hey, you know, you thought you had me, and you do, but you don't, right? Well, that makes you come off with the mindset of, I want you, but I don't need you. I'm keeping you on your toes, right? Again, it doesn't have to be harsh. It doesn't have to be absolute, like cold, like what I mean is 0 to 100, or sorry, 100 to 0. It doesn't have to be anything intense, right? You're not being a bitch. You're not being harsh. Just maybe not respond to his text in time, or say something like, if he wants to make plans with you on a Friday night, you can say, well, I'm busy Friday night. What about Saturday? I mean, you want to come off busy. You want to come off like he's not the center of your world. And a lot of girls make the mistake of showing that this guy is the center of her world, and then when it starts to decline, she automatically does the exact opposite, and that's just not logical. That just doesn't make sense to a guy. That's just not just natural, right? The best way to fool a guy, whether it's to pull away, to pull him in, trick him, mind games, build attraction, whatever it is to make it feel very natural, like you're going with the flow. Either way, whether it's a negative thing or a bad thing, whether you're trying to pull the guy in or push the guy away, or you're pulling away and trying to create some scarcity, it's to make it feel natural. It should always be provoked. It should always be something in terms of in terms of, for example, let me give you a great example, and I tell women this all the time. If a guy is going out with you on a date, and you, before that date, say, hey, I'm not going to sleep with you on this date, or I'm not going to mess around with you, I'm not going to kiss you, so nice try. That just ruins the entire mood. Not that his intentions were that, per se, but it just ruins the mood. It's like, who fucking says that, man? I mean, and it makes you come off kind of bad because you're assuming that the guy's a piece of shit in the first place. You know, it's just a bad way to go about it. The better way to go about it is at the end of the date, after the attraction's being built, if he were to make a move on you, then you stop him while it's provoked and you explain to yourself, or you say something to him, you know, something cute, something sexy, something for him to look forward to. Nothing, please, for the love of God, don't say, oh, I don't do that unless I'm in a relationship. That's really not going to work. That's really not going to work. Just something, you know, something else to kind of get his mind thinking in the future. That's how you should do it. So when you're trying to pull away from a guy, it should feel natural. It should be provoked. It should unfold in a natural sequence, okay? Because as soon as you start pulling away super cold, or you do it at the wrong time or something like that, it's not going to work out well. Now, if the guy's already pulling away, I'm going to contradict myself here, you might as well too. Because if you keep on chasing, you're going to lose power. You're going to lose ground, okay? If you keep on chasing, he's gonna know you're interested. You're revealing your cards, and then he can adapt his game plan accordingly. I always tell women, a guy acts like a cat in the beginning, you gotta transition him into a dog. He's gonna come and go as he pleases until he sees the value in the woman and he wants to invest more in her, and then it becomes something great. So if that's the case, then you kind of want to reward him when he does good, and scold him when he does bad. So if he does something you don't like, you should be kind of creating distance already before he even starts pulling away. But if he pulls away, you need to pull away and not reach out to him. Then I would say, if he reaches out to you, you can respond. There's no reason not to respond. You know, you can respond to him. Now, when you respond to him, it shouldn't be a sharp, or not sharp. I just said sharp because I looked at my beard and it's looking sharp, right? But But you shouldn't be over exerting yourself and over exaggerating or your text, right? If he texts you, you should be, hey, what's going on, buddy? Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a while. How have you been? Let's go out on a date. No. Let him take lead. Let him show how much. Now you should respond, and you shouldn't be a bitch about it, and you shouldn't call him out. You should just go with it. But you should see how much he opens up, what he says, how much engaged he is, and then go accordingly, okay? You want to match his level. And if he says, hey, let's hang out, I think you should hang out with him. Because I always, again, it depends on how cold and harsh the guy was. Like, if you haven't heard from the guy in a month and he comes back around, you might want to be a little hesitant. But if it's been a couple days or a week or something like that, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. He reaches out. If he wants to make a date, you guys make a date. And I say that because opportunity is what creates relationships. All relationships were created through opportunities. And you need those, right? If you hear my videos, I talk about getting reps in. You need to get your reps in and things like that. Unless the guy's just a cold ass bitch and you keep on taking him. Again, it's all a balance, hon. If the guy's just mean and you can tell the guy's not interested and he's pulling some bullshit, don't take him back, because then you're conditioning him to treat you that way. He's like, oh, you know what? She's on taking me back. It's minimal effort I'm giving her, and I'm already back in. I got my spot back in line. I have this girl. She's wrapped around my finger and I don't gotta do shit. No. You gotta do what a high value woman does. Like I said, when the guy comes back, don't let him back in line or have his place back in line. You gotta be a little harsh with it, and have him kind of work his way up again. Not every time. And like I said, if a guy's gone for several days and haven't texted you in 4 or 5 days, don't get on the guy for that. I don't think that's a penalty. I think a week or longer is a penalty, okay? So that's how you should pull away. 2 things, basically. 1, if he pulls away or you pull away, if you pull away, you're pulling away. Don't come back around, right? Unless he comes to you. And when he does, don't give him his spot back in line. You kind of got to treat him like a dog, right? If he does bad, scold him. If he does good, reward him. And of course, the second thing, when a guy does pull away, when a guy does pull away or you pull away, usually women do it at the wrong time. You're supposed to do it on the incline and not the decline. I talk about this a lot in my texting guide. If you want to check that out, that's below. So with that being said, ladies, I love you. Take care and peace.